You know what I'd like to do? If I could, well, I want to explain it all to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not.
I have watched your interviews with Kevin, so I'm
I
up
need
to
you
speed
to
on
understand
that.
where we really are
Yeah,
with
that's
everything.
what I'd like to understand.
All right, I guess we.
What
All right, let's go.
brought you to
Let's
this
go.
point, and maybe work backwards from there. I mean, this is something obviously you just didn't plan to do it overnight. You've had this
7 years
7 years to do this to
that
build.
I've come to this.
Okay.
Yes. Now, I want you to know, this isn't a singular thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, this is organized crime. I'm reading that people are confused about, he's upset about banking. Not about rules and regulations, of course not. The divorce, my divorce is over for 2 years. So stop all that. What I'm doing is I've asked these people to come forward. I've asked certain people to resign. They won't. One.
Are you naming names at this point?
I'm naming all names. How about this? Let's start by mortgage special in 2008. We were the pretty girl in the Magic Act. I tried to explain that to everything. Horse racing did the same thing with, oh, he cut off a leg, when I was telling them they were race fixing. Now that I'm telling them, the banking commissioner himself was involved with the Ponzi scheme FRM. His brothers were part owners of the Ponzi scheme. Governor Lynch, attorney, put the corporation together. What we had was, Hildreth was one of the boys. He got appointed by Shaheen, one of the boys, Bill and his wife, the senator, who was the governor then, who put Hildreth in place. Bill told me himself that he came into his office and literally cried for the job. We can always ask Hildreth to find out if that's true. So, Hildreth gets caught when we go into a recession, like most Ponzi schemes get uncovered then. So then our people are asking questions. How did $81 million from citizens and elderly of New Hampshire lose their money? Well, because it was a scam from the beginning. But one of the boys got caught. So, circle of wagons. What does Hildreth do? Well, in open court, he goes, if I go to jail, I'm taking Lynch with me. I don't know, does that deserve a question? They never asked him that question. It was because of the attorney. He knew what he was saying. He wasn't going down. So they were saying he was fighting to leave. He wasn't fighting to leave because he wasn't guilty. He was fighting with them because he needed the deal or he was going to send them to jail. Who comes in? Big cover-up? AG's office. I report the FRM 4 years ago. Say, this is what they're doing. You know who I meet with? They send me to the AG's office. Who do I sit down with? Mr. Furlow. You know who Mr. Furlow is today? He's your banking commissioner. So you tell me when a lawyer from the AG's office becomes the banking commissioner. You know why? Because they're still involved in the cover-up. It was the AG's office in charge of the cover-up. Furlow's still in charge of the cover-up of the banking. Ask yourself, Wilbur went in there less than a year. They said he was a Boy Scout. Where's Wilbur? You know where Wilbur is? He didn't want to do with the cover-up. Furlow had to go in and do the cover-up himself. That's a fact. All you got to do is talk to Wilbur. Have the FBI talk to Wilbur. Have the FBI call to Hildreth. Now, Hildreth's in a one-bedroom apartment in Kansas City. The AG is now the senator. The lawyer for the AG is now the banking commissioner. Do I have to draw this out? Are you kidding me? I have all the information. These law firms, now think about it. Where did the judges come from? Oh, that's right, those law firms. You think they're ruling against them? Where do the people of the PCC and the JCC? They're made up of the same lawyers. You've got to turn them in to themselves. We have a national organization that reviews each state. New Hampshire has 2 Fs and an A. You know what the 2 Fs are in? The JCC and the PCC. You tell me the organization that polices us from lawyers and corrupt judges have both failed. That means there is corruption and they're not doing anything. That's what that means.
So when you went live with your billboards, and I think it was last night that
Right.
they went live,
Yeah?
what brought you to that point where you said,
The frustration that they will not have certain people resign, that other people will guarantee not to run for political offices.
have you gotten have you been contacted by anybody so far today from the AG's office, from the governor's
Nobody
office?
yet.
From
Nobody yet. Listen, you know what I'm doing? I'm shaming them into it. Shaming them into it. They know that I'm right. I called the state's attorney a couple years ago. I got a target letter the next day to shut up. How's that? Oh, better than that.
Do you still have that letter?
Oh, of course. And the friend who gave me the number to call the state's attorney, Paul Russell, state trooper at the time, he got a target letter the same day to shut up. I can't make this up. I have it. IRS, they're working with them. What if I told you my last 3 tax returns are corrupted? I had them forged. I went to the foremost forgery expert, and it's 100% certifiable. It's a forgery. Why it is a forgery? They were using it to leverage me. The banking department leveraged me. The DRA. When I reported the forgery to the DRA, you know what they did? They gave it to the AG's office. When I reported all the crimes to the governor,